I dropped a lot of things to be here. It is actually.
All right,
If they want these,
we are live. Let's just get the messages out.
all right, what's up?
No, it's not really nice anymore. But he barely speaks. Can't take his meds without help.
There a problem? You immediately
You don't recognise him, do you? His mum is my mum.
Vicky.
Right there. Thank you for ruining my life.
All right. Look, it's Nigel up, yeah, because it'd be nice to see someone who's actually pleased to see you.
All right, see how this goes tonight. Episode 120. Hi, Strain. Welcome in. Can't stay, but wanted to say hello. Hope you're having a great night. Yeah, it's 20 to 8 at the moment in the UK. Hey, Fright Night Project. Welcome in. Angry but never angry. Indeed. Hi, Natalie. Welcome in. Yeah, yes, it's going well. It's still early. I've just had my dinner. I had chipotle pulled pork and white rice. So, I don't go green though. Yeah, I had chipotle pulled pork and white rice. So now I'm just having a Banks Amber Bitter beer and chilling out with the stream for a short time. So hope everything's good your end. Nice to see you here. I didn't expect everybody to pile in straight away. Donald Pleasance. Oh, Strain, there's a clip floating around somewhere online. If I see it, I'll send it to you. Donald Pleasance was doing a scene with somebody, I think, and Michael Myers, the actor, crept up on him when he didn't expect it in the suit, and he screamed and he shouted at him and said, "Why don't you use the door?" He said, "You're supposed to use the door. The bloody door works," or something like that. It was hilarious. Check it out if you get a chance. It's only a very, very short clip, but I found it funny. The guy in the suit was actually like really, really tall. He overshadowed Donald and the woman that was acting with him. Oh, it was funny. You gotta watch it. Yeah, my mum knows about Donald Pleasance. She used to work for him, didn't she, as a babysitter, living nanny. So yeah, unfortunately, his daughter's just passed away now, so she's gone as well. Angela, she had a good life, but she passed away the other day. Bloody notifications. Okay, thanks for coming in. Love to Ella and Jen. Keep me upstated. I'm talking upstate now, not even in the US. Keep me updated. I'll look at your posts and stuff, but yeah, the next stream and everything, I'll be there to join in once again, depending on what you're doing. I've got to check out your Assassin's Creed Unity Heads Will Roll video as well. Might do that after the stream. I've got some other videos to watch as well. But anyway, enjoy your evening. Love to the family, and I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks for dropping by. How's things going with you, Fright Night Project? Natalie, how are you getting on? I'm hoping to get a few more in tonight, but just have to wait and see what happens, because I've messaged people on WhatsApp, and they got the message. That's why Chris is here. I think it's Chris, isn't it? AKA Fright Night. So yeah, hopefully I'll get Jason in a little while, just for a short minute, unless he's taking Lisa to work or something. I'm not sure. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to. I know he's not normally here, but there you go. He might see that later on, but now Centre Strain is a mod. If you don't know who Centre Strain is, if you want to go check his channel out, he's retired on medical grounds, but he's a former US military veteran, served 20 plus years in the US Army. He's also a drummer. He did drumming while he was out there teaching people music and other things like that. And now he's doing, aside from the gaming he did before, he's doing platinum runs for the games that he chooses to do either via stream or video. But with new major games that release taking precedence over the other things that he's currently doing, which he goes back to after. So if you want to check out the channel, what I'll do is I'll get one of the mods, if I don't mind, Natalie, to put Strain's link in, and also get Chris's link in there. If anyone else comes in, they can check it out. Go check out the channel, and hopefully we can build up, some more subs from their channel, help their channel grow that little bit more. Also, I might have another YouTuber coming in later on. I had a bit of a trouble last week, and I didn't realise until I went in the stream this morning. And that is Anubis 1976 YT, an Australian streamer, streams every day, various games. He's trying to get to 2,000 subs. So if you see the name, I think he's on 1.69 or something at the moment, or near enough. But if you see the name pop up in the chat, that's another one worth checking out as well. I had a bit of a, well, one is sad news, and the other one is some unfortunate news, which I didn't expect. The sad news is that my uncle lost his sister a few days ago, so he's got the funeral to sort out. I can't go because the husband has only invited certain members of the family and wanted to keep it private. So we've got access to the wake afterwards, where you can join everybody, but I'm not going to go, because if I can't attend the funeral, then I'm not going to the wake after. So that's something I'm not doing. The other thing is my friend Cole. I got some news the other day. He had an operation on his ear after he had the tests and everything done, and there's been some complications or something's happened post procedure. They called him back again, and now he's found out he's got to have a hearing aid fitted for his left ear. So yeah, he's the same age as me, 46, and because of what happened post operation, something happened along the way. Yeah, he's now got to have a hearing aid fitted. So I saw him on Saturday. Yeah, we had a few drinks together, had a chat and a catch up, and his son came along as well. So now that's led to other things. So he took him home Saturday night around about 6:30, 7:15. I got home at 7. But while I was there, I actually made arrangements to play golf, real life golf, not on console or anything, but real life golf out in the open. Sometime in the next couple of weeks. So I shall be. I may be filming it. I may be documenting it, and I'll put it up on YouTube and see how well that's received. Yeah, document the rounds and things we play. Some of the chips and some of the putts and things like that. Make it into like a clipped thing, like transitions, and then jump to the next part where we're ready to take the shot, and then transition to the part where we're putting, and include some of the laughs and stuff that we have along the way. And yeah, it'll be should be quite good.
Break out the cake that Frank Veronica gets for at breakfast. You've got a cake for Paul. It was a joke.
Has my chat frozen or so? People have been having issues with YouTube lately. I saw Mike at Real Evidence had an issue with his chat when he was using OBS. So I haven't used OBS. So I just go straight through YouTube when I do my lives. But sometimes the chat gets held up, and I'm sure I put this on 5 seconds a message, so nothing's really coming through. So I don't know if the chat is frozen or what's happened. Let me check. No, the slow mode's still on. Is anyone still there? I mean, it says we got 2 people, 3 people in the chat now. And 1 like. Whoever dropped that, thank you very much. Someone put a thumbs up if you're still here.
Shall I get for you?
I don't see the chat moving. This is what's worrying me, if I'm missing things, even though everything seems to be working my end. Hope we haven't encountered an error again.
Oi, got beers on top here. Do you care where Julie is, Phil?
Yeah, I can't see anything coming through on the messages. Tells me 4 people are in. I don't know what's happening tonight. I really don't. Oh, if you hear any noise... Hi, Jay, welcome in. If you hear any noise, the windows are open. There's people outside tonight. Although what's going on out there, there's always some stupid thing happening. Oh, Jay, I've spoken to Cole Saturday night, and he's got to have a hearing aid fitted due to complications post-surgery, I think it was, or something happened after he had his operation on his ear a few weeks back. So if there's any issues with the hearing aid, I can get him sent to you, so you can have a look at it, repair it, replace it if you deem it necessary or whatever, because you do that sort of thing, don't you? So if anything happens, I'll give you a call and you can get in contact and sort it out. So Jay's message popped in. I don't know if anyone else is... Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, I'll give you a call if anything should go wrong. Hopefully it doesn't, but you never know what these hearing aids and things alike, do you? What is up with YouTube right now? Anyone? Subscribers? Yeah, I said it to anyone. Anyone should be able to get in. I don't want to limit it to subs because that won't really work.
Hey, hey, I know what you're doing. Self-sabotage. And I ain't gonna let you do it, okay? I ain't gonna let you do it. Because I love you.
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on here. I have to keep an eye on this. This is very strange. I've had no responses back from anybody at the moment. Except for Joe. So who's actually in the chat and what's happening with YouTube? Because this don't make sense.
Seen her birth certificate. Did you guys celebrate?
What do you make of the current WWE releases, Jake? It don't make sense. They got rid of the whole Wyatt family. The Wyatt Six. Every single one. Not just one or two, every single one. They got rid of Kairi Sane, and she was in the middle of that. Asuka, Io Sky sort of storyline. I just don't know what's going on. They've sort of sabotaged all of the storylines now. There's nowhere to go with anything because by getting rid of all these people in that whole cut thing that they made, all those storylines, they're just gonna end with no conclusion. I just don't get it. I just don't get it at all.
You know you've been the devil. So last week I didn't see that. I saw him in a great place.
Wow.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense. What is going on with YouTube tonight? I just don't know. A lot of people are having issues with their lives, and not just while using OBS either.
Two things up to the world.
What about the kids?
Don't get it.
What about you? What about everyone?
I don't. Are you still there, Chris? Fright Night, Natalie, you still there?
Danger. Chaos. Fun.
I don't understand this at all. YouTube's got a serious weird issue right now. Did anybody see Dark Arts TV faking knocking the door frame and then going, "Oh, what the fuck was that?" And his cameraman going, "Was that you?" He went, "No." Everyone's mocked him for that. He got caught faking, and what's he done? Turned around and blamed everybody else but himself. It was funny. Beardo's covered him. Mike at Real Evidence has covered him. And then he's going on the attack again. The other night, was it Tuesday morning, I think it was. There were trolls flooding the live chat for Mike. Telling him, "Oh, you should be so scared of Cole at Dark Arts. He don't mess around. And you'd be scared if you come face to face with him." And I was like, would he? Would he though? Would Beardo be scared of him? I doubt it very much. The guy is so tough at the moment, so to speak, that he's getting women to back him up instead of doing it himself. And he knows that Beardo won't go too hard on women. And yeah, it's just he's just a pathetic man. He really is. Once you fake something, your credibility's gone, and you've had it. And to do this now, he's just made himself worse off than he already was in the first place. So he's only got himself to blame. Hi, Tammy. Welcome in. I'm having some sort of issues with YouTube tonight. I don't know what's going on. I've got Natalie and Chris from Fright Night in the chat. Obviously, as you see there, Centre Strain's already been in, but he didn't stay long. Jay Asgar's come in, but I'm not getting anything back from anybody. Nothing's coming through. I don't know quite what's happening. I said Mike at Real Evidence has had some issues with his YouTube live streams lately as well, and a few other people as well. So I really don't know what the heck is going on with YouTube. I don't. Recording, editing and uploading, perfect. Doing live streams, everything's going wrong. Not good. Sorry, what's not good, Tammy? You or the YouTube situation at the moment, or something else?
I gave you all about a roof over it. I thought you was family enough. Sorry, just why am I bothering talking to you? What are you doing?
Oh yeah, YouTube. Yeah, I don't know what's going on at the moment. I think this AI thing that they've implemented is messing up everything at the moment. I mean, if you look at what's happening with people who've got a high sub count, they've implemented this AI thing supposedly to eradicate. YouTube have said this AI slot. And now what's happened is most of all the people that are using AI are now getting demonetized. And also, while the AI is searching for the AI slot, it's cutting out all of these people's YouTube sub counts and everything. They're losing masses and masses and masses automatically of subscribers as well. So not only is YouTube AI affecting channels, it's affecting everything else as well, even though it's supposed to be doing a certain job. So there you go. That's my opinion on it. People might think different, but that's my verdict. That's my verdict on it all.
Well, that's between me and you, mate. And if you've been there, you know. You jealous of a better mate than you are?
No. I want to get between them.
AI is reading a lot of videos now. Yeah, you see, I don't know if you've heard, Tammy, of a channel called is it Fantastic Publishing or something? She turns up in a lot of YouTube lives for Beardo and Mike at Real Evidence and things like that. And she does her own artwork, and she used AI to animate it. And she was 10 minutes into a live stream the other day and had to stop it because she got demonetized for the AI, use of AI. Just like that. Demonetized for using AI. So you got to be very careful what you do now. If you're using AI, I don't know if there's a limit to how much. I think it's if your channel is all AI, like you got voiceovers, your video's been edited using AI and the whole thing is AI, then you're going to get, demonetized. But if there's a limited amount of AI you can use to do what you want to do without getting punished for it, I'm not sure. But that's just one example of something that happened to somebody the other day. with this AI running through YouTube trying to eradicate this, what they call, as I said earlier, AI slop. So it's doing its job, but also doing a bad job of protecting everybody else at the same time. So people that shouldn't be getting punished are getting punished, even though they're using only probably a smaller amount of AI than some of the channels out there. Yeah, TikTok's famous for that. 99% of the videos are probably all AI. Plus, it's got a load of shit on it. I think what it used to be is, if anybody remembers Vines, does anybody remember Vines? Used to be the thing before TikTok come along. And it was like a shorts video clip channel. Everybody was uploading to Vines. And they've basically done the same thing with TikTok now. It's just an updated version of Vines. It's TikTok. With just more crap content on it now. And of course, people are uploading for more viewing and more notice and everything else. All their videos from YouTube and Facebook and everything else all onto TikTok as well. And it's all their prank videos. Prank videos are taking over everywhere now. I'm getting a bit bored with it, to be honest. Everybody's got the same idea because they copy off everybody else. They see one person do it and do their own thing. Then somebody else sees it, they do another one. And it's just getting to the point where it's just like, am I going to want to watch any more prank videos soon? Because A, there's so many. B, they're all repetitive. And C, they're getting boring now, to be honest. I just don't like the way TikTok and everything, and even Facebook's gone to shit. That used to be a platform where people could go on there and they could look up their friends, become friends with them again because they haven't seen them in a long time, and stay in touch. Especially if they've not seen them for a long time, they've got married, they've had children, they've got their life to lead and everything else. And now Facebook is nothing like what it was entirely designed for. You've got a marketplace. Let me actually look, and I'll tell you what is actually on there now, right? Which we never had when it first started. You've got a home, whatever this play button thing is up there. You got friends requests and friend notifications. You've got posts or things you can comment on, notifications, your account, and you've got your messages. It's all been updated and everything else. And now Facebook has become nothing like what it was when it first started. And to be honest, I don't particularly like it now. And the fact is that the amount of friends you have on there, it's not about how many friends you have. You can be better than, someone you know by having more friends. Because you've got people you know on Facebook, people you want to stay in contact with, people don't talk anymore. That's the thing. People don't even communicate on Facebook anymore. And when you do, they read it, they don't respond, or they just block you so that you can't message them again. It's just, the whole system's crap. They might as well wipe it and get something new in, because Facebook's had its day as far as I'm concerned. Facebook's finished. It's not what it used to be, and it never will be ever again. And it was like that when they made it Meta instead of actually Facebook, proper Facebook. And then now they've done the thing with X, haven't they? That's Meta as well. I think it's all Elon Musk now, isn't it? Taking that over. Unless he sold it and we don't know. My Native American Indian sister, they won't allow me to send her friends request. They claim I don't know her, which is crap, because I've known her about... Yeah, I know, see what I mean? And when people say there's a friend suggestion, based on somebody else and you can be a friend with them. You press friend, add friend, and all of a sudden you can't friend request them. It says you have to specifically know this person, but it looks like you don't know them, so you can't send a friend request or accept it. But why would you get a friend's request in the first place, or a friend's suggestion, if you can't be friends with that person? It's crap. Facebook's fucked, basically. It's not good anymore. Not good at all. The Michael film was good. Oh, was it? I'll check it out at some point, but at the moment, I'm just not. I'm just not in the mood for going to see it. Fabio Jackson, I heard, was very good, but there were rumours that he didn't do. Was it any of the singing or any of the dancing? It was a weird. It was a weird one. A weird. A weird thing to say about it, but if that's the case, they could have got a body double in. Cut to another scene after Fabio acted the part, and someone could have done the dancing. There's plenty of Michael Jackson, tributes out there. They could have done the dancing, could have done the singing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he did sing or not. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say. Yeah, I'll watch it at some point, but I'm not fussed at the moment. She rang me last week to tell me her Native American veteran husband passed from cancer. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, it might well be. I mean, I'll watch it and give it my own personal review at some point. I'm not knocking it on the head because of the bad reports that it got and the reviews, but I did hear some things about it. But I will watch it and make my own mind up on it. Tammy, talking of veterans, the first person that came in tonight, Centre Strain 01, is a former US veteran as well, in the military, 20 plus years, retired on medical grounds. Now streams, and aside from playing games and uploading videos, several streams now for platinum runs, fully completing every aspect of the game, trophies, DLC. Well, I don't know about DLCs, but online trophies and everything else. Like fully achieving everything, more than 100%. Doing all the requirements, getting all the trophies, everything. Channel well worth checking out. My dad was a World War II veteran, served 25 years in the Royal Air Force. Wow. Alright, Jay, I'll give you a ring or a text after the stream. Cheers, mate. Yeah, when I was working at my old place, there was a guy there. I never knew it until a long time after. He used to come up with his wife, and they used to do ballroom dancing. He was a lovely, lovely chap. Him and his wife were lovely people. And one day someone came up with a newspaper cutting. I don't even know if it's still there or where it went. But it showed a picture of him, and he was a part of the D-Day landings. But he never mentioned anything about it ever after it happened. And he survived it. Came home, lived his life to an old age with his wife. Yeah, it was interesting to see, but we was in the presence of somebody that was actually, a witness to what happened there on the beaches in Normandy, and actually went through that hell. And, at old age, I didn't even know I was in the presence of somebody who'd even done that, because as I said, he never wanted to make it known. His wife probably knew, but she never said anything either. But yo, Jason, welcome in. How are you doing today? I'm great, thank you. It's currently 8:10 in the evening over here in the UK. Hope you had a good day. How's your fishing going? What did you catch? Did you catch anything today? Wi-Fi, so we have to leave. Yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. I've been having problems here myself too. Oh well, bless him. Yeah, I know. Must have been hell to go through that. Seeing people when the machine guns were firing down from down onto the beach, and people never made it out of those boat things, landing crafts. They were killed before they even set foot onto the beach. People getting blown up, and it must have been traumatic. Absolutely traumatic to be seeing that happen to people, and you're thinking you're going to be the next one. My dad joined in 1939, aged 18. He passed away 2013, 91. He had a good life though, didn't he? Apart from, being a part of, the World War, which was not a nice thing. He lived his life, did what he did, served his country, and he got to live the rest of his life out. So you can't ask for better than that, can you? It's been good. I've got some bass and catfish. Oh, did you have Neve and Cammy along the way? Or maybe Max? Catfish. If you know what I mean. I don't know if you ever watched that show, did you, Jason? It's quite intriguing, actually, to see how far people go on Facebook and stuff. Yeah, my nan, Tammy, my nan, Frances, she was in her 80s when she died. I think she was 86. She passed away in a rest home on Remembrance Day, 11 at 1 o'clock in the morning. But she wanted to go into the Wrens. I don't know if you remember what the Wrens are. I'll have to look it up again because I've forgotten. But she wasn't allowed, she told me. So she worked in a factory with the cordite, the stuff they make the bombs with. So she was in the factory with all these explosive elements and putting the bombs together and making all the ammo to be sent out to the troops to use in the war. And she said to me one day, if one bomb had actually dropped, they were dropping all round the factory, very near to the factory, but they didn't actually have any damaging effects. But if one bomb had actually gone through the roof or exploded around the side or the front of the building, none of them would have ever been around today, because that cordite would have gone up, all the ammunitions inside the factory would have gone up, and everybody would have been killed inside after the bomb hit. Nobody would have made it out. So it's a pretty terrifying time working with all that, and then finding out that, one stray bomb is just not far away from like ending your life from all the explosive elements you got inside that factory where you're creating the ammo, essentially putting it all together for the troops that are fighting in the war. So, yeah, she lived her life though with her brother, and up until the time she passed. Yeah, I still miss her to this day, but it's the way life goes, isn't it? I haven't seen that, and me and some friends of mine have been very disappointed in this year's WrestleMania. Yeah, it wasn't great. It was all right, but what do you make of the current roster cuts? I was saying earlier, Jason, they don't make sense. They had the Kairi Sane, Asuka, and Io Sky thing going on, and they just got rid of Kairi Sane now, so that actual storyline has just gone completely. They've got rid of the whole Wyatt Six and a load of others as well, and some of them right in the middle of storylines, so that sort of ended the storyline with no conclusion for some of them, because they've all been let go from WWE now. And it was post WrestleMania cuts once again. So I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, it's got to be TKO. It's got to be TKO mucking about with everything. Because their control reaches beyond the board of WWE, doesn't it? So it's got to be a TKO decision from the higher ups. They're paying themselves ludicrous amounts of money as well. Bloody mad, isn't it? Absolute madness. Yeah, I do, bless her heart. Yeah, I know. I had my dad, 5 uncles, and an aunt all in World War II. Bloody hell. Very lucky they all made it home. Yeah, it was. Yeah, cutting the wire at 6, that was stupid. Yeah, it was. I mean, did they actually look into potentially what cuts they should have made before they made them? Because some of these storylines could have been a lot better than the storylines they got right now. And now we'll never know what the conclusion to those are. And they can't reinstate them. Well, I suppose if they did rehire, some of the talent that they got rid of, they could, reinstate the rivalry. But would it be worth doing that when they could have just continued it, as it was, without cutting them out of WWE, and maybe had a few more cutbacks on the talent that they very rarely use? That's the question you sort of got to ask. Yeah, Kairi Sane's only one. They released 23 in total. Yeah, yeah. The Wyatt 6, Kairi Sane. Surprisingly, Alba Fire, and all the people associated with Chelsea Green. That's now got all weird. Yeah, I just don't get why. Actually, who did they cut? Let me have a look. Release.
Farmers, global volatility, the uncertainty. We're in Ireland. We've got shy on 70 million people to feed. We need to.
List. Ah, here we are.
Which means that the end product.
Okay, I'm going to do that. The Wyatt 6, Bo Dallas, Uncle Howard in the group all went. Nikki Cross, Kairi Sane. Oh yeah, the Motor City Machine Guns. I only bought them in a little while ago. Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Santos Escobar. He hasn't been seen on WWTV for God knows how long. Zoe Stark, left after an injury which could have nearly ended her career. Alba Fire, and more. So, yeah, they didn't have Alexa Bliss in there because when she was a part of the Bray Wyatt thing and she split from him in that faction, she never went into the new one. They got Nikki Cross in, so that sort of saved Alexa Bliss, didn't she? Or didn't it, should I say? Zelina is Aleister Black's wife. Yeah, in real life, she's married to Aleister Black. And Scarlett was married to Karrion Kross. So the real life partners is Rusev and Lana, aka CJ Perry. CM Punk's got AJ Lee, who's just recently come back. They're husband and wife in real life. Trying to think who else there is. There's probably a few more, but that's a few of them. But yeah, some of those releases, they just don't make sense. They do not make sense to me at all. Why, in the middle of a running storyline, they just decided to cut the people that had a better storyline leading into something which was just being done over time, when they could have got rid of some of the talent, as I said a little while ago. Not saying anybody should really lose their job, but if you're looking at, somebody like Santos Escobar, who started running that Mexican group in WWE a while back. He's not been seen on WWE TV for a long time. And neither have some of the people that have actually been associated with him in the storyline as well. So wouldn't it make more sense to let them go than to get rid of something which has a good storyline potentially than what we're looking at the moment? You know, it begs the question: what are the TKO board actually trying to do? I don't get what their ideas are. Aleister Black joined WWE, then got released, went to AEW, and he comes back to WWE and they cut him again. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Apparently, he wasn't happy in AEW, so he got out. But apparently, it's rumoured that he wasn't held in very good standing with the talent at AEW. So I doubt now he's been released from WWE once again that he's going to go back to AEW. So you might find him on maybe NJPW or Ring of Honor, or if that's still going, or maybe Impact or something like that. But you know, you never know. WWE might bring some talent back again at some point, but yeah, the current roster cuts just make no sense to me at all. None. Where is Shane at the moment? I know he left WWE, didn't he? The McMahon family have always been up and down. I mean, in real life, when they had the brand split, they had to send Shane to SmackDown, I think, and they kept Stephanie and Triple H on Raw, ironically. Because in 2001, when the brand split took place, I believe it's 2001, Shane had a hatred for Triple H, could not stand him. And in order to avoid any trouble or backstage problems or anything like that, they sent Shane to SmackDown, as I said, and then they kept Stephanie and Triple H on Raw. And then Stephanie became the GM of Raw in storyline. And then Shane became the GM of SmackDown in storyline. But the real truth behind it was Stephanie was starting to fall out with Shane. Shane didn't like Triple H. So to avoid family drama and conflictions backstage between Triple H and Shane and Stephanie, they did the brand split. That was why everybody went their separate ways. Then Shane had enough of it and left WWE. And I don't know where he's even going now. Where he's gone, what he's doing. Aleister going to TNA. Yeah, I looked at TNA the other day. He'd be the only name I know if he ever went to Impact. Because when I looked at the original TNA, there were so many good wrestlers there. AJ Styles. Who was the one who kept doing the Ric Flair impressions? Jay Lethal. There was Jay Lethal. You had Beer Money. You had Robert Roode and James Storm. You had the Motor City Machine Guns. You had a whole roster that was really, really good. If you look at Impact now, I don't know one name that is on that roster now. And I bet you if I went and read out all the names for TNA on the roster now, you would not even know one of them. None, you wouldn't know one of them. Because even I don't.
The average entrance on a 5-year fixed straight
2001 Shane bought WCW, and that set up the Shane versus Vince Street fight at WrestleMania 17 in 2001. Yeah, I remember watching that. That's crazy. Who would have thought, though, also, that you got Donald Trump in WWE when they had the Vince McMahon-Trump rivalry, and they ended up with a hair versus hair match and everything else going on. Now look at him. President of the United States. Twice. I'm not sure what Shane is up to. Last thing I heard was that Shane was in a Oh yeah, he's in a helicopter crash. Did you see the person interviewing him? They didn't seem to care. It was so stupid the way they spoke to him. I'm surprised Shane didn't smack him one. Really? He was talking to him, and then Shane was like, I believe Shane said, "Oh yes, I'm fine. Thank you very much. I've just been involved in a helicopter crash, but thank you for considering my welfare." I thought it was quite a funny response, actually. Does anybody remember in WWE when they had that weird talking GM and nobody knew who it was? The thing used to speak, didn't it? It had a weird robotic voice coming through it. It was like a lectern. It was like a pole with a tablet mounted on it, and it had that weird robotic voice, and it kept making all the matches, and you had to get that to agree them. It was weird. That was weird. That went, the anonymous Raw GM. That went nowhere. Nobody knew who the voice behind it was. Nothing. And then all of a sudden, within a couple of years, it was gone. It was the weirdest thing they'd done on WWE. It really was. Other than the Hardy Boys, there's not a single name on TNA. I know exactly. Who are they? Where have they come from? Where did they find them? Because there's nothing like the original roster in TNA that first started there. The people that came in on day one and were there forever. I mean, I don't know what's happened to Robert Roode. Is he injured or is he coming back or what? I mean, James Storm, they could have had Beer Money or a tag team of Storm and Roode in WWE, but Storm went to NXT, and then he said, this is in no offence to him, because you got to take his feelings into consideration, but he said he did it, but he didn't want to go to WWE because he was a TNA original, and he left WWE, NXT, and went back to TNA, and Robert Roode stayed in WWE. And James Storm said he's got no issue with that, just personal choice and circumstances. He did not feel that he wanted to enter WWE at the time. So, but he would have been a great addition to WWE if they'd have actually got him to come over to maybe Raw or SmackDown or something, because he is a great wrestler.
Crucial supplies of oil and fertilizer still aren't flowing. And even if the strait
The wrestler's called Fit Finlay. I personally know. Oh, do you? I remember Fit Finlay when he was on WWE TV, coming out in that green outfit with his shillelagh and his blonde hair. He must be getting on a bit now, though. And William Regal, one of England's own. Good old William Regal. I think he's backstage now, isn't he? Teaching the younger talent and stuff. James Storm, Madison Rayne, Rhino, Styles, Mickey James, Kurt Angle. Yeah, then they brought Hulk Hogan in, didn't they? Who else was there? Jay Lethal, Motor City Machine Guns, as I said. Who else was it? I can't remember, but back then it was good. Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Oh my God. You know William Regal too? How do you get to know these people, Tammy? I'd love to meet him, have a chat with him. I really would. You know, sit down with him and you know, have a chat with him and, you know, over his career and find out what his thoughts are in WWE right now. The recent cuts. You know, who was part of it, who was it done by, you know, and just talk about certain aspects of, you know, his wrestling. Before wrestling though, was it him, not in the same capacity or anything, but was it him and Wade Barrett and a couple others that took part in was it bare knuckle boxing before they got into WWE, wasn't it? I know Wade Barrett did. I used to put up a wrestling ring, and my dad used to bring the wrestlers down for a company called Dale Martins. Oh, that's cool. Do you still see them now then? Do you still like see or speak to them now? Or was that just while you were putting up the ring at that time? That's cool. Yeah, they did do bare knuckle, but I thought they did. Yeah, I know, but I know Wade Barrett was a part of that as well. He did that. Oh, you do? That's cool. I think I don't know if you'll agree with me, Tammy, but I think Andre the Giant. My God, you got a good mix of people there. I don't I don't know if you agree with me, but I think personally for me, um, not just because I'm English and I'm patriotic and there's things I believe in and things I don't. Like this stupid city idea that they had for Southend, which is not even a city; it's a small uh, seaside town. It always has been, and always will be. And it was only made a city because our PM got murdered, which is something that should happen to nobody. But you know, um, I don't believe in all that crap. But I think the best person that I'd probably want to sit down with to have a chat with would be William Regal. Yeah, Davy Boy Smith. Yeah, it's sad that was. Sad we lost him. Yeah, he was a great guy. Unfortunately, he didn't do himself any favours with all the drugs and stuff that he was taking. But you get into that lifestyle and it's hard to stop. Andre the Giant, yeah, the body slam by Hulk Hogan. That was the move that started Hulk Hogan's back problems all them years later in his career. That's why he had to have back surgery later on, because after doing that slam and then all the bumps in the ring and everything that he did, it only made his back considerably worse. And now he's passed away as well. I know Scott and Rick Steiner. Used to see them all the time back when I worked at Walmart overnight, and they live about 14 minutes from my house. Really? That's cool. The dog faced gremlin, they used to call him, didn't they? Was it Rick? They called him that, didn't they? Scott, Big Papa Pump. Yeah. Didn't last very long in WWE though, did he? Yeah, William Regal's like the true definition of like the real Englishman, isn't he? Manners, well spoken, quite a nice guy in real life, I presume. Not many other wrestlers are. There's only a handful of them that are supposed to be quite nice outside of the ring. Giant Haystacks. Blimey, that's going back. Giant Haystacks, Big Daddy. Um, yeah. Old Scott Steiner's lost a lot of his muscle mass since he stopped taking steroids. Yeah, I noticed he got a lot smaller when I saw him last time. Mind you, he's getting on a bit now, and he's not going to be. He's not going to wrestle anymore, is he? I think he's getting a bit older now. Bron Breakker. Yeah, he's destined for good things. They're going to give him a big push soon, I think. If he's not got on the way to getting a big push already. Get the rivalry with Seth Rollins out the way. And I think they can put him in the right direction because he's going to be a big star one day. Giant Haystacks and Big Daddy used to come to my house. Oh wow! Do you know what? I wish I'd have known you when I was younger. All these wrestlers you saw on TV that you know, and the other ones from back in the day that came to your house, and Scott Steiner is half owner of a Shoney's in Cartsville, Georgia. What does Shoney's do, Jason? What is the what are Shoney's involved in? What's their business market? 2 seconds. I'm just going to get my get another drink. Oh, it's a nice restaurant. Okay, I'll check that out in a minute. Shoney's. They used to call me their princess. Giant Haystacks was a big teddy bear. That's cool. At least you got some memories to look back on, something to tell, you know, the grandchildren or the kids or whatever, unless they already know, but that's cool.
And we spent the last 10 minutes or so. That's it. Put the phone on charge and leave it to one side.
Oh! Got 3 likes on the stream so far. Thank you very much, whoever that was that dropped them. Very much appreciated. The only people I ever met, I started off with, and he was a complete arrogant prick, Philip Schofield. I was on the seafront one day and he came walking down. And there was a bunch of kids following on behind and walking along, trying to talk to him. And he was just nose in the air, walking like this, just walking off, not even looking or talking to anybody. And one by one, the kids just dropped off. They lost interest in trying to talk to him. The other one was, oh no, I missed Jonathan Ross on purpose. I was working down on the seafront in Adventure Island at the time, and everybody went running up because somebody was walking along the seafront, same place I saw Philip Schofield in, and I said, "What are they all run off for?" And they said, "Oh, Jonathan Ross is up there. They've seen him on TV and they want to run up and talk to him." I said, "Oh, there's me thinking it was someone really important and special." I was like, "I'll just stay here and do my job." I was on the Frogger stand at the time. You know the one that has the metal plates? They're like a scale. One side is up and the bottom side is down, and you put a green frog on it and you hit the back end with a hammer to try and make the frog jump. And you got to get it on a lily pad. And I was taking the money for people to play. And they all went running off to see, oh, dickhead Jonathan Ross up there. This is before he went stupid and started making jokes about Andrew Sachs, who played Manuel in only Fawlty Towers. Sorry, they started making jokes about his daughter, and it's just disgusting. I lost all respect for him and that Russell Brand twat when he did that as well. As he joined in thinking he was the funniest man on earth, and he's a fucking idiot as well. I can't stand the both of them. I'll give him credit for being very sharp in terms of his humour, very quick-witted. But as a person, him and Russell Brand, two of the biggest pricks of celebrity status. I hate that word. They're no different to anybody else. They just do a different job to us. They're human, we're human. They're earning money, we're earning money. They might earn a bit more than us and be known a bit better. Why label them celebrities? It makes no sense, But that's what happens. That's what happens nowadays. You get on TV and immediately you're a celebrity. You don't even have to be someone like Jonathan Ross. You can be someone who come out of nowhere, been on Big Brother. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. You can be on Love Island. You can be on Celebrity. You can be on X on the Beach. Anything you want to be on. The minute you've been seen on TV, oh, you're a celebrity. Who are you? Never heard of you. That's exactly the way it goes. It doesn't. You don't need to have the word celebrity thrown around anymore, because that makes it sound like that those people are better than us, and nobody really is better than anyone else. Some people know more than other people. Some people know less than other people. That doesn't make them any different to anybody else that's living on the planet. Out of how many million or billion of us that are, all around wherever we are, somewhere in the world. Right, let me catch up on this chat again. I used to get in the ring and play fight with him. How cool would that be? One time I met Gangrel at an independent show in Georgia, and he talked to me about how he did not like being part of Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness. He didn't feel comfortable with it. No, there's things that people like and things that people don't like, and I think personally, Gangrel was better when he was with Edge and Christian, when he had the that group. I can't remember what it was called. What was the name of the three of them? Their group they had. The Brood. That was it. It was the Brood. I said that just before Jason put it in. Yeah, the Brood. That was great. The three of them there. Gangrel coming out and spitting out the blood, and Edge and Christian behind him. Yeah. But Ministry of Darkness, I don't think really helped. They probably told him that, Ministry of Darkness will probably help boost your career because you're associated with The Undertaker and you'll be in his group, and there'll be a whole load of others in there. You'll get noticed more and your career will go further. And it didn't do him any good at all, did it? Didn't do him any good at all. So really, yeah, he probably was right in what he said, that he didn't feel comfortable there, and he probably regrets ever being a part of it now. I met the Bushwhackers, Yokozuna and Earthquake. I didn't meet Yokozuna or Earthquake, but I met the Bushwhackers. There's only one left now, isn't there? But I met both of them at the Cliff Civilian Theatre along Southend Seafront. They just finished a show, and I bought a picture or photo of them for £1, and I had them sign it, Butch and Luke. I've got that here somewhere, or I think it's round at my mum and dad's being looked after. So yeah, I've met them. I met Steven Seagal as well. I've got his autograph on a theatre ticket, same place actually, Cliff Civilian. I got his signature on on the theatre ticket when I went to see him playing his band Thunderbox one evening, 7:30. Watched him play on stage. Little jazz night we had going on.
Can you start running? Yeah.
The secret to the blood spit, it was actually red wine. Oh, right, okay. Mixed with a red dye to make it look like blood. I went to a wrestling match and got licked by the Bushwhackers. Oh, man. Do you remember the time, Tammy, when they used to have the old day wrestling? The old grannies used to try whacking the wrestlers with their umbrellas and walking sticks and getting really leery with them, nearly punching them for real. Those were the days when they had the bad guys known as the heels. They used to go and wind the old ladies up, didn't they, ringside? Look at them and be like, yeah, what you going to do, love? You ain't going to do nothing. Shut up and sit in your seat and enjoy the show. Oh, don't you talk to me like that, young man, with the umbrella. Oh, well, bollet, you, I will. Oh, it was great. It was really good. Some of them, though, some of the people used to get really, really worked up, didn't they, the old ladies? I was surprised somebody didn't actually smack one of them properly once. Mind you, it's probably happened before. Yeah, the handbags as well. The handbags, yeah. Anything they could get their hands on, they were swinging them at them, weren't they? I think some people got cut off the stream tonight. I don't know how. No one told me they were leaving. They had to go or anything. You kick them in the shin. Yeah, no one told me they had to go because they were still up there, and I only ever had like the first message. I mean, when Fright Night, Chris, I think it was, came in, he sent a message, said hello, and that was it. Natalie came in, one of my mods, and she disappeared. Jay came in with a couple of messages, and then Tammy, Jason, your messages have been constantly coming through. I don't know. I don't know honestly what is going on. At the antics that Mae Young used to do. Oh yeah, yeah. Remember when she gave birth to the hand, Mark Henry? After being in bed with Mark Henry, she gave birth to a hand. It was so stupid. I met Keith Duffy from Boyzone. Yeah, a lot of people have said he's a really nice bloke. There's a lot of scumbags out there. Yeah, apparently, yeah, I've heard Keith Duffy's meant to be a really nice guy.
And Nick was right. Our intervention, while necessary, has certainly raised the suspicions of the scammer.
Oh shit, Mark had I forgot about that.
A grumpy scammer, then, Nick. What's he written on his screen? Well, I think after what he...
I'll have to catch that video after the stream. Mad Mark had a premiere tonight, I think it was at 8 o'clock, and I said I'd try and catch it, and I forgot that I had my live on. I'll have to leave a comment and say, I apologise, I did my live and I completely forgot that your premiere was at 8. I don't know what happened to everybody tonight. I mean, Tammy and Jason, your messages are coming through fine. Natalie and the other one came in, Chris, Fright Night Project, and one message and nothing else. And yet, it didn't even say they were gone or nothing.
Very strange.
It was Fright Night Jace video. Oh, I thought Mad Mark was promoting a premiere that he was putting on tonight. Oh, thank you, Tammy. I appreciate that. Not that I've really got anywhere in the last few days, but I think that the as I said, I think it's the AI that's messing everything up. I need some people tonight to put some links in the chat, but I don't know where Natalie's ended up. She left one message, said hello, and then I never heard anything again. And the same with Chris Fright Night. So I don't think I've got any other mods in here that well, it doesn't have to be a mod, but it's easier for mods to get the links in.
They're also saying, okay, well, we can fix that, and when you connected...
I was going to have the links in the chat so that if anybody came in and they wanted to go and check out some of the people that were in here tonight, then they could head over and let me...
Just take a step back. Just think about things logically. Why would somebody want to go into your device if they're calling you up to do so? What personal information are you giving?
Here we go.
If you're a bit unsure, just hang up the call. That's it. Just hang up the call.
As we saw with Becky, once a scammer has access to your device, their goal will be to transfer cash to themselves via a mule bank account. But Dan's been fighting back.
Let me put this one in. Let me put.
With some bank directly in order to report the account, so we can just send a text message and it's just gone straight into the system without the fraud team or evaluating it. First time I started this, it was January the 24th, 2020.
That one.
I'm on like 809 since that duration.
Wow, that's a serious fuel network to shut down. Wow, that's weird. Break that up. Our team of interceptors have kept in touch with Becky and ensured that she contacted her parents
Copy.
and alerted them to the fraud attack.
There.
And today, ground interceptors have
Don't think Jay's got one. I'll put.
They've been on the call with the scammer for almost an hour before we able to.
Just give me 2 secs, Tammy. I'll everyone. I'll be right back. Copy. There's Tammy's, and there's.
What was going through minds at that point?
Let's put in. Last one.
I've just intercepted your call.
Copy.
Because it's a scam.
Okay. There we go. Right, links are in for Fright Night Project. Natalie Roby, one of my mods. Centre Strain 01. If you're interested in gaming, you want to check out a really good gaming streaming channel. Jason and Tammy as well. So if anybody comes in, what we'll do next time is we'll do the same thing. We'll get, if this chat is working and the mods are here, I can get them to stick the links in as well. We'll do that once a week. And if anybody that comes in wants to check anybody's channel out and maybe subscribe or whatever, it's all there for a minute. Yeah, no problem, Tammy, you're welcome. Did you see the Dark Arts faking video where he stood in position and banged the door frame and then ran around and went, "What the fuck was that?" And his cameraman who was filming him was like, "Was that you?" He went, "No." That's like, Cole, you've just blatantly smacked the door, and you then turned around and when the cameraman asked you if it was you, you said no. And he basically blamed it on the fact that he said he heard a noise before, which scared him, and he, in the shock of hearing it, he got a jump scare and he whacked the door, and that was why the sound was made. But he literally just, but basically this is it. Right? I positioned myself by a door, right? So the door's behind me there, and I went, and then run off and went, "What the fuck was that?" It was bad. It was really, really bad. If he hasn't had his reputation ruined beforehand to full extent, he's damn sure got it done now. And do you know what he's done, Tammy? He's turned around and he's had to go at the debunkers. He's called Beardo a fake. He's tried to prove that Beardo was wrong, saying that he didn't smack the door frame and everything else. Then he's added he's added a homophobic slur as well in with what he's trying to explain in the video, by saying that everybody in Beardo's fan base are all gay. It is so stupid. It really is. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know? The guy's a Fruit Loop. There had people going into Mike at Real Evidence's live chat the other morning, they kept popping in and out, the old trolls, and they were saying, "Oh, you'd be scared if you met Mark in a dark alley. You'd be scared if you come face to face with Mark. You know, you better watch yourself because Mark don't mess around." Is Beardo going to be worried? Is Mike at Real Evidence going to be worried? I don't think so. Not when people make threats and then instead of Cole reaching out to talk, he goes and sends women over to have a go at Beardo because he knows Beardo won't be so hard on women as he would be on Cole. If he was to go face to face with Beardo and try and have a civil conversation, which he's never going to do, he's just the type that will just grab the copyright system or the privacy strike now, one of the two, and he'll try and silence all the critics that way when he's the one at fault for blatant fakery, you know? He's just a sad, pathetic, fraudulent piece of shit. That's the only way you can describe him. And fake to the hilt. There's no way if you watch that video you can't say that he didn't fake it. Let me see if I can find it.
With us again.
I wrote it. I'm not a big fish. I learned a lot. I just started this.
It's time they want to talk to us.
He's saying now that it's has to call us.
Right. I found it. Watch this. This is a short from Beardo, okay? Watch this, Tammy. It's absolutely stupid. Make sure I got my... Hang on. Right. Well, this is the first part. Let me put my screen share on. Let me go to my Okay, now.
Mate, what the fuck? Mate, what the fuck?
Widows, balls of ghouls, how are you all doing? This is Carl from Dark Art speaking. Watch his elbow smash into a door and then him deny that he did it.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble. I don't know what's going on.
Mate, what the fuck? No.
What's he playing at?
No, kidding me, mate. I didn't do anything. I literally stood next to the fucking. What happened to the stand on
I
the
didn't do
door?
anything. I literally stood next to the door. Yeah, then I whacked it with my elbow. Look, watch. Bang.
Mate, what the fuck?
Oh, what the fuck?
No.
It was you, you daft prick. That's what it was.
No,
You
kidding me,
fraudulent
mate.
scumbag piece
I
of
didn't do
shit.
anything. I literally stood next to the fucking. What happened to the stand on Mate, what the fuck?
Can you make it more obvious? Can you? I know, exactly. How can you, first of all, walk over to a door and put your back to it? Second of all, then you swing your arm round and smack it. And then third, run off and go, what the fuck was that? And then your cameraman, who's filmed the whole thing, is so stupid he doesn't even see him do it, even though he's filming him at the time it happened. And then he says to him, did you do that? And he went, no, weren't me. It was you. You blatantly whacked your arm on the door and you faked it. There's no claiming any different. If this is what the paranormal has come to, this shit needs to go. This is the type of stuff that is holding back the true paranormal that need to come forward. This lot needs to be shoved to the back or, you know, somehow gotten rid of. Because all these teams that are going out there, you know, taking their time out to produce the videos, they got to go home and edit it, search for anything they may think they found, and then put the video up. they're the ones that should be getting the mainstream exposure. But when you got Muppets like this idiot, clown, faker, fraudulent piece of shit, Cole, Dark Arts, TV, faker, and you've got Smoke Puppy, Leighton, Really Haunted, all these channels that have no paranormal activity whatsoever, and the audience are so stupidly dumb that they believe everything that they see. What hope have you got being a real paranormal explorer out there in the field? Your videos don't get noticed, and yet when the fakers do all this, and they got false positives and everything else from all the equipment they use for various reasons when they leave them at the actual equipment lying about, the real paranormal teams have got no chance at all because they don't catch anything, which is what happens 9 times out of 10 when they go out. But they're legitimately looking for proof of the paranormal, and people don't want to see it because they're like, oh, this is boring. I watched an hour of this and they didn't catch a fucking thing. Well, that's ghost hunting for you, isn't it? When you go out and you catch something 30 seconds after you get into the house and things start flying, you get whacked in the head with something apparently, or a loft hatch falls on your head, or a ghost slaps you around the face, or something like that, and it makes you wonder, there's got to be something sketchy behind it all. And this is what the debunkers set out to prove. But with all this going on at the moment, how's anyone got a chance as a real paranormal investigation? I mean, what chance, not being rude to them, what chance has Candy B got at Paranormal on the Go? What chance have the Ouija Brothers got? What chance have Fright Night Project got? What chance have all the other paranormal investigation groups got if we've got this shit overshadowing everything and taking over YouTube in terms of content? Everyone's got no freaking chance at all. Why fake it just for views? Yeah, they do. They're obviously not getting anywhere, at the moment, so they've got to do something to try and boost their channels. It's like, and I'm not saying everybody does this, but there are some people out there, and I'm not aiming this at anybody in particular, but there are other people out there who will only get success by riding off the back of somebody else. And that's something that I have never done and something I will never will do. All right, I thank everybody for the amount of subs that I've got now. I thank everybody for the shout outs and, channels that I've been in, their lives. And, like Cheza Doodle and other people, they throw out links to people's channels to try and get people more noticed and help the channel grow. And we all do the same, for everybody else. But never in the 10 years that I've been on YouTube have I ever tried to get success off the back of somebody else. I know, and I've spoken to and got comments from and left comments from the channels of other people's videos, and their channels are bigger than mine. But I've never got or tried to get success off the back of all of them. I treat them as individual channels. If I like their content when I'm watching it, I'll leave a comment as everyone else would. If I don't like it, I don't watch it. But never, and it's never going to happen, will I ever get success off the back of somebody else. And I know a lot of other people who have, and it's just not something that I would do. The dumb horse isn't fooling anyone. My 4-year-old niece would see he hit his elbow in the door. Well, look at the position he put himself in first, Tammy. Back to the door. And then he's got his arm out. And the actual device, I think it's an EMF or spirit box or something, in his right hand. And then he's in the right position, to just go bang and hit the door and then blame it on the fact that he thinks he heard a noise or a voice or something before he reacted and hit the door. That was his excuse when he blatantly faked it in the first place. Jason subbed to me. Did he? Hang on. I've still got 424. I should have 425 if Jason did. Anyway, that might update later on. But Jason, if you did, thank you very much. You just subbed to Jason. Jason subbed to me. Yeah, it still says I've got 424, and I was 424 earlier. I don't know. Maybe if I leave my live stream on, and then can I do this without messing up the live stream? I'm not sure. No, I'm going to do it the other way. YouTube, close that. My channel. No, it's still at 424. Never mind. If you did, it'll update later on. I just don't think YouTube is working properly as it should in terms of, you know, things at the moment. There's a problem somewhere and we've yet to find out what it is. Blimey, it's gone 9 o'clock. I normally only do about an hour. Good job I had my dinner before the stream, wasn't it? I'll be eating really late after this, and I don't like eating late at night. I'm settled now. I got my dinner before the stream started. I had chipotle, pulled pork, and white rice. And I've had a beer. I've got my last beer now until tomorrow. This is the last bit of the bottle, and I've got that much left. If you can see how much is left in there. I don't know if you can, but I'll pick some more up tomorrow. After that, it's done for the night. Yeah, you pick it up in Lidl, Tammy, if you got a Lidl near you. You can also get a barbecue pulled pork, which is another one. Really nice one. I drink vodka. I used to drink vodka. I don't drink it that much now, but if it was an offer, I would have a couple of sips or something. Try it out. Barbecue pulled pork with mac and cheese. That'll be right for you, but I'm not a big fan of mac and cheese. I don't like it. I'm not keen on it. But sounds like a strange combo. I had fajitas the other night. I made them up like they do in the Wetherspoons. I had salad, some goujons, southern fried goujons, and then a sriracha mayo inside, and then wrap them up. Absolutely beautiful it was. I like the sweet and crunchy salad. You know, the one that's got the lettuce and it's got shredded onion, shredded carrot and stuff inside as well. I really do like that one. That particular one's lovely. Really nice salad. Sometimes I cut some cheese up and throw that in and put some black pepper over top, and then some honey stuff, honey drizzle. I can't remember what it's called. I've got it in the kitchen. Really nice. It's like a vinaigrette dressing, but it's a honey something with honey. Can't remember what it's called.
You know that?
That's not very good, though.
Yeah, you want to try the Chipotle one. It's really nice. Goes really well together. Might well do, but unfortunately I'll never know because I'll don't eat it. What's this? Mint? What's this all? Might leave this on for a minute. Looks quite interesting. I drink weekly vodka. I got a bottle from a year and a half ago, and I've only drank 25% of it. I like the Absolute vanilla Absolute. That's lovely. One of my other favourites is Brandy Alexandra. Oh, it's gorgeous. Brandy with ice, and then you have Baileys with it. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I've been enjoying prawn soup. I had when I was out in Tunisia, I had that. Or was it shrimp? It might have been shrimp. They're probably near enough the same thing. But we went to an a la carte menu inside the hotel, and you had to book it 48 hours in advance. So when you went in for your meal, when you finished, you had to go see your member of staff, and then the manager comes over and he books you in. Food was really, really good. Really good. The only problem was with the main. My dad had steak, and I had the Oriental lamb. The only thing was that they didn't come and ask you how you wanted it cooked. It was cooked a certain way and then served. So when my dad got it, his steak was tough like boot leather. My lamb was a little bit overcooked. Lamb should be soft and it should slide off the bone or whatever it's on. But it took a bit of, getting under it, and it was a bit resistant to when you're cutting down the bone and to get the meat off. But apart from the main meal, the entree, the starter, and then the afters and everything was very nice. Just a shame that they didn't ask you, how you wanted it cooked. Because the main thing is to say to people, how would you like your steak or how would you like your lamb? Because, people like rare, medium rare, people like blue, people like well done, or flash fried. Flash fried is when you just put it in and then you turn it over again and you bring it out like it's almost uncooked. So you're almost eating a raw piece of steak. And then, of course, you got the next level, which is like a rare. Then you got a medium rare, and then it goes up to well done and further. So you have to gauge it. You can't just give people certain meat and expect them to eat it because they have preferences, But that's something to bear in mind next time. If we go back and we book the a la carte, I'll definitely say to them that time, can I have my steak, a certain way, or my lamb needs to be a few minutes less than what I got last time? Because, when it's all inclusive, you got it, and you don't really want to send it back and make a complaint when the food is basically free because you paid for everything before you went out there. But I think all their meat is cooked and then served. They don't ask you how you want it. Nothing like that. But yeah, it's it's a preference, isn't it? You know. Absolute, that's a good one as well. Yeah, Absolute's nice. Quite strong, but the Absolute is you can drink it with or without a mixer, but you just don't need too much. Oh yeah, let's get back to this prawn soup, dumplings, soy sauce, chili oil, and Japanese mayo. Nice. Yeah, what I was saying was earlier, in the a la carte thing, they brought out the soup first. I didn't particularly enjoy it, but I ate it. But it was a shrimp soup, I think it was. But for me, it was a little bit too salty and fishy, I felt. But you know, as I said, when the food's free, you don't need to complain. You just eat it, you know. Mind you, my lamb didn't really have the Oriental flavour to it either, so I don't quite know where they got the idea of the Oriental lamb from. I'm running low on beer. Wait, Marlene, I want a beer. I'm running low on beer. Get your ass to the kitchen and bring my bottle back. I like my steaks well done. I used to like mine well done. Marlene, where the hell's my beer? Get all the ass over here, bitch. Goddamn woman. I have to go do it for my goddamn self. I used to like my steaks well done. Now, when I cook mine at home, I do them a couple of minutes aside. Obviously, it's cooked through, but not long. And then I turn them over again. And then when I cut through it, it's nice and tender, but it has like a pink inside. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. I'm going to get my fucking thing myself. God damn, what takes this fucking woman so long? Marlene, for fuck's sake, man. God damn. My ex would eat his steak rare. Yeah, some people like it like that. It's virtually eating it, as I said, without any cooking at all. So you got a hot pan, and it's just like, and then out. It's hardly cooked at all. And then you cut through it, and yeah, you get all the blood seeping out of it. Mind you, back in the day, before you cook on a fire and stuff, people used to go hunting, and they'd have the raw meat from the animals they killed. So, we're no different in that aspect, are we? If you think about people having rare meat or something. I didn't eat all of it, but I used to have a butcher's over the road from where I am. Unfortunately, they closed down. Then a new one was built, and that closed down as well after a short time, and it's now a vape shop. But when I used to get the diced lamb, but it's minted lamb. I used to eat a cube of the lamb raw, and with the mint in it, it was beautiful, lovely, tender, chewy. It was cold, but it was raw. It was raw meat. I just tried it, before I cooked it. Yeah, so it doesn't bother me, I could eat cold raw meat. So hello. What have you been up to? What are you doing? You getting your water? You thirsty? The cat's just come in. She's been outside somewhere asleep. She's come in to get some water from her bowl. I couldn't eat it like that. It's actually not too bad, to be honest. You know. But yeah, I do cook the meat, but at that particular time, yeah, I did try it, you know, raw, cold and fresh. And it was actually quite nice with the mint, you know, with the mint added to it as well. Just a moment. Hello. There you go. My neighbour's cat, as you mind, stayed all night most of the day. Yeah, my mum and dad have got a couple of cats that come in, you know, and stay with them. They've run away from the other houses because they don't want to live there anymore. So they forced themselves on my mum and dad, and they've got them now. Happy? Yeah. How can you deny that face, eh? Go on then. I tried raw meat once and I got sick for a week. Oh, did you? I was fine from it. I had no problems at all, no issues, nothing. Yeah, she's a cutie. She gets spoilt rotten. You know, last one left out of all the cats we've had. And she gets spoiled. She got packs of ham in the fridge. She gets a slice of that every day. I can't give her too much because of the salt content. So she gets a little bit, you know, in the day, and then the next day, you know, at some point lunchtime, she gets another one. She shares a. I can't at least say I've tried it once. Yeah. Yeah, she shares the croissants with me. She loves croissants and things. She had a bit of my pulled pork tonight as well. The meal I had, I took a couple of bits of that off, and she had some of that. She's had her own food. Yeah, if there's anything going that I'm eating within reason that she can have, then she can have a very small bit of it, like cheese. If I'm having like cheese and biscuits for dinner, I don't fancy cooking. She has, you know, little bits of the cheese that I've cut, and yeah, she doesn't go without. But there are some things that, you know, the cats can't have, so you can't give them that because it could make them potentially sick or very badly ill. So, and one of them is chocolate. If you eat chocolate, don't ever give a cat chocolate. You can kill it. I spoil my neighbour's cat. They're happy that he stays in mine as he doesn't get on with their two friends. Yeah, that's what happens when people buy new pets or they have a baby or something in the house. The cats are like, I don't want to know anymore. Thank you, I'm off. I'll find somewhere else to live now. They pack their bags and trot off, and then they plot up with the next person they find. Cats in the house are spoiled. Yeah, you can't help but do it, can you, Tammy? You can't help when it's an animal, you know, to spoil it. Oh, sorry, Jason, that was. The cats in his house are spoiled. All right. Sorry, Jason. I misread the thing because there was one above. Tammy's message was above before I read yours. He gets fresh salmon and fresh fish. My brother is a fisherman. Cool. They go out in the boats all the time, dredging, not dredging, sorry, with the nets and everything, and putting them all in and bringing them back. Is that to the fish markets and stuff? Is it that sort of thing, or is it a lower level? Yeah, I was trying to catch up with the chat after I was responding, to other messages, and I looked at Tammy's and then looked at yours, and I got them back to front because Tammy's one before you, and then there was one from Tammy after. Has his own boat. Do you know? I've always wanted to do that one day. It's not exactly a life dream, but it's something that I've always wanted to do. I just want to get on a boat with some people, sail out, and get quite far out from the shore. Then drop the anchor, stay moored there for a couple of hours, fishing rods over the side of the boat, and a big cooler of beer inside, all keeping cold. Have a few beers, couple hours fishing, come back to shore. I've always wanted to do that. He fishes for himself and sells them on the harbour side. Oh, so it's not a fish market. He's like an independent seller. He catches and sells his own catch. That's pretty cool. If I'm getting that right. What was I going to look at? Oh, that's it. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll give it about 3 minutes. I'll go to 9:30. That gives us 2 hours tonight. So.
Watch the new series of The Young Offenders on BBC Five.
What's the plans? What's your plans for tonight then when the stream finishes? I'm getting really warm. My windows are open. I'm just feeling really hot. Sort of sweaty, like I've had a shower and everything. It's weird. Oh, so he's an independent seller. He sells what he catches, but it's not in a fish market. It's an independent seller. Yeah. It's good fun. I've done it a few times with my brother. Yeah, that's something that I really want to do sometime. Another thing is I want to go on a legitimate investigation as well at some point. I've been out, as I said, with Candy once. Don't tell Jake that. No, I'm only joking. No, I went with her to because Jake couldn't go. That's what Candy told me. So she asked me if I'd go, and we went to a haunted church. Had a walk around there for a couple hours. And I sort of watched what she did. She went live while we were there. Nothing happened, but I heard some strange noises, and I thought someone was walking down the path. And then I said, well, perhaps it might be the leaves. There might be a breeze that's blowing the leaves down the path. There's a few leaves I saw earlier on. Not debunking anything, but I was being sort of like logical thinking about what may have made that noise. And Candy said, well, no, the leaves would make a different noise. But there aren't any leaves to blow down the path. They've all blown onto the grass. So I said, well, I definitely heard something, but I couldn't figure out what it was. Candy had a couple of things as well, which we couldn't understand what it was. But it was a good night. I enjoyed it. I got an idea of, how she operates and what they do. And I was gaining an insight from her a little bit the time I was there. So yeah, it'd be good to learn, from people. I'm not going to get fully integrated, but if I get invited out and people want to, bring me along, I'm quite happy to come along. See how you operate, watch what you do, and also be a part of the experience as well. So that's something I'd like to be a part of, further down the line as well. What the fucking hell's going on here? This thing is weird. Has anybody ever watched this? There's a series called Mint. This is episode 4 of 8. It's strange. It's really, really weird. I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm going to get ready for Raw tonight, and it's really sad when Raw was better than WrestleMania. Yeah, but normally, sometimes further down the line towards the next pay-per-view post-WrestleMania, WWE tends to fall off a little bit in shows. I noticed that with last Friday's SmackDown. I watched that, and I wasn't impressed. I thought that was a bit crap. So, yeah, I'll probably find out what Raw's like tomorrow morning. I don't think I'm going to stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to have an early night and then catch up with it in the morning once I've woken up, replay it from there. I hope you enjoy it, though. I hope it's something you enjoy when you watch it tonight, Jason, because you never can predict how good or bad it's going to be when you watch WWE now. I'm going to watch JC's video, then watch a movie. I've got Real Evidence video to watch. I've got the Beardo video to watch. I've got to go back and see Jason's video with Fright Night. And there's some other things on YouTube, but I'm having problems with the internet at the moment. My pages keep freezing and automatically shutting down. Then I get an error saying the page can't open. There's a lot of strange things happening with the internet, YouTube, and everything right now. I just don't really know what is going on. That's something I've got to look into, because this just don't make any sense to me at all. No, I haven't. Well, it's weird. You want to have a look at it. It's weird. It's on channel BBC One right now. Episode 4 of 8. 3 of 8 was weird. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Anyway, it's intriguing, but it's weird at the same time. I don't know what on earth is meant to be going on or what the plot is, but I left it on because I'm intrigued by it. Looking forward to see what Bron Breakker is going to do. Yeah. Well, if he's not injured from the chair shot that went wrong, then yeah, he'll be on the show tonight. Because apparently he was injured again. When Seth went for the chair shot to the back, the other part of the chair hit Bron Breakker on the back of the head and split his head open. I don't know if you saw that, where all the blood was on the back of his head and everything, but yeah, Seth got the chair shot wrong. So yeah, Ball Breaker got his head busted though, didn't he? Got his nut busted open. That sounded dodgy and painful. Right, it's 9:35, so I'm going to do you the great service of finishing early and allowing you to continue on with your evening. I've done 2 hours already, so thanks to everybody for being here. It did sound a bit bad, didn't it? He got his nut busted. Nut meaning your head, not. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight now because, yeah, as I said, I've done 2 hours. Depending on the times, you know, Jason's time in the USA, we know our time over here in the UK, so we're not too bad. But 2 hours is good for me tonight. So, yeah, thanks. Let's go over everybody. Jason, Tackett, Tammy Trott, Jay Asgar, Natalie Roby, Centre Strain 01, Fright Night Project. Anyone else who was lurking in the background, thanks for being here and supporting. Some of you, I'll see you during the week if there is a stream on from Centre Strain 01. Jason, hopefully we'll see you there again sometime as well. Haven't seen you in the lives lately, so head over to Centre Strain and say hello. If you can, when you see him streaming, pop in, join the fun. Be nice to have you there. Natalie and Renee and everyone else, I'll see you if Strain is streaming as well. Tammy, Fright Night, anyone else, I'll see you next week when we come back and do it all over again. So for now, I'm going to say good night. Keep up the good work and the fishing. Combination of work and pleasure. Not many people get that, Jason. So, you know, enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. Yeah, have a great evening. Take care of yourself out there in the world, and I'll see you on the next one. Night, Tammy. Night, everyone. Thanks for being here, and see you again very soon. Oh, and Tammy, thanks for the shout out, promotion, and everything else on whatever platform you leave it on. It's greatly appreciated. Jason, if you did subscribe, it hasn't shown up yet. I'm still at 424, but I'll probably find that will probably change in a while. I don't think YouTube's picked up on the new thing yet. But yeah, take care of yourself out there in the world, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.